Amar or ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, what is your journey? Like, how did you get into Microsoft and all? So, ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಮರ್ ಅವ್ರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಓದಿದ್ದು tier 3 ಕಾಲೇಜ್, ರೈಟ್, REC ಬಾಲ್ಕಿ, ಇನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್. Then same thing, like ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ರಿಸೆಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, so there was a mild recession. But my CGPA was more than 7.5. ಅವಾಗ CGPA ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಇತ್ತು. So I had like 77 percentage. So when I came to Bangalore, lot of the company shortlisted. So more than 8-10 companies shortlisted my resume. Within 6 months, I gave the interview, and I used to flunk in the coding round only. And relatively, within my batch, I was considered as one of the good, relatively a person who wrote code without memorizing the lab program. So lab program and all, I used to write the code without memorizing. Then I used to do projects without downloading from internet. So I had done 2-3 projects by my own and with my friends. So even with that kind of background and skill, I was still not able to clear the interviews. So I had failed coding round interviews for 6 to 7 good companies within 6 months. So then it was very difficult because it will shatter your confidence. And there was nobody to guide. I mean, there was people used to guide, but they used to tell very vague things which I did not understand. And ಅವಾಗ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ನಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್. This is the year 2004. So in 2004, there was not even a smartphone, right? And YouTube, there was not this much content available. And I didn't knew anybody who was working at Microsoft, honestly. So there was nobody to guide. Then luckily there was one institute where they were teaching C programming. Saying that no, we'll teach you C programming and we'll prepare you on theory. So that is when I came to know about Dennis Ritchie book. And I'm really surprised because later I figured out VTO recommended this book, but ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಅದು PB Kottur ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್, PB Kottur. ಆಮೇಲೆ there was another book I forgot, Let Us See ಅಂತ. So we used to read from that book. Those are easy to understand, but they will not go very deep into the concepts. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಅದು ಆ ಬುಕ್ನಾಗ ಇರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. So we had to really learn it well. So then Dennis Ritchie, I read Dennis Ritchie for 2-3 months, practiced more coding, concepts became more clear. Then this company also, took some mock interviews and tests. And then finally, they referred to one company called Jatayu. And that company, that written test and interview and all, everything I could crack. So after that training, it was only one attempt and one company, and I was in. Even though it was a small company and paid relatively less salary, but the work was amazing. And it was one of the respected product companies at that time. So this company had built services for telecommunication industry, SMS gateway, WAP gateway, MMS gateways. So adella gateways they used to write in C++, and then client side applications like browsers and MMS client, they used to write in C++ on embedded systems. So I got into that C programming and embedded systems on the client side jasti. But hands-on coding ittu, bug fixing alla, hands-on coding ittu. Amele they were amazing programmers and a lot of technical discussions. And really I could see how, from the client application, you open TCP/IP port, you make connection, you send packets, you receive packets, then attach hardware debuggers to the phones, debug that. Hardware debugging is way more hard and way more fun than your other debugging. So that complete understanding I got, and a lot of the fundamentals also got cleared along the way. Then there was a interview with Microsoft for a contract position as an SDET. So that questions were based on arrays and lists and all. Adella simple. As for the contract position, the complexity DSA expectation will be slightly less. Nim coding barbekaste. Coding barbeku, communication barbeku, simple problem solving barbeku for a vendor position at Microsoft. So first I cracked that one, and I remember the questions were like in array, how do you find the duplicate elements in an integer array? Those kind of questions, right? String and array kind of questions. After that, when I joined as a vendor, that manager told that if you do good work, we can recommend you for full-time position. So of course, this Jatayu background where I used to work 12 hours, probably 12, 14 hours a day, because that was the first job and bachelor, right? So, but there was so much to learn as well, and I used to enjoy doing that. So that grind had prepared me for this, and within 3 months, the team there liked me, and they said, "No, you're doing well." So they referred me, but I took some 10, 15 days gap, and then you ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅವನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ರಷ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನಾವು ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಸರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ colleagues from say IIT or NITs who had learnt those things and they had cracked those interviews, right? So they guided saying, okay, you study this, you study that, you refer this book. Or they gave me that information. So with that, then I went through another 3 to 4 rounds of interview. Only then I became a full-time employee. So this was the year, I think 2007. Then from there, I worked for 16 years, grew from developer role, SDET role to developer, then senior software engineer, then principal engineering manager. And I kept on growing in that corporate thing from an individual contributor to leadership roles. And most of the code I have written is all in C sharp. Okay. Lately, I wrote in some part in Python, Swift, and Java because of the team allidaga that mobile app automation ಮಾಡೋದಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ. So that I wrote in Swift and some part of it, because by that time I had gotten into leadership role. So my team was writing most of the code. I was only looking at the code reviews and design by that time. But the journey is memorable journey. Apart from writing code and doing projects, the culture, that Microsoft culture, the way the people are, the how smart the people are, then how things move very fast. Everything is like a dream, like a golden dream. And I cannot express my gratitude to Microsoft in words. How it has changed me as a person, and how it has changed me and changed me, my life, right? Because then with Microsoft only I went to US, worked there for 6 years. I moved with family. Then my wife also joined Microsoft. So it has huge impact on my life. And there is a huge sense of gratitude because of Microsoft shares, the stocks they give and the salary they give. I could take an early retirement in a way at the age of 41. So that the if you ask me like how would I do my life differently, I would say nothing would change. I mean, I would exactly do it the same way. So even if I say, if I don't wanted to do this social work, right, this edu tech, and then something I'm doing in politics, if I don't wanted to do this, I would happily continue at Microsoft till my retirement age, actual retirement age. So that is the kind of career and experience I had. It is really enjoyable, and all those people I worked with, right, there many of them are still in touch, and whenever I want to talk, brainstorm, catch up, so they are all still there, and they are helping me. So that is why I say that getting into this kind of companies is hard, but if you struggle 6 months, 1 year, and get into these companies once, then the life you'll experience is completely different. So that's why I thought that let's start this EduTech company and help few people to prepare for it and get into this. So this is my journey.